There is a lot of movement in politics right now, from the federal shutdown to new questions about safety and conditions at the Shelby County Jail, especially after a string of high-profile arrests by the new area task force. And looking ahead, we're also getting a clearer picture of who might be running in the 2026 mayoral and governor's races. To help us break down what all this means for the greater Memphis area, we are joined by political analyst Mike Carpenter of Carpenter Civic Strategies. Woo, we are busy.
We are busy. There's a lot happening.
Okay, so what are you hearing on the streets? Well, from voters about the federal shutdown. I thought it would be over by now.
Yeah, so just today, in fact, there's a new poll out by YouGov and CBS that says that voters are putting more blame on President Trump and the Republicans in Congress than they are Democrats. This was the case also back a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, when before it started, so late September, 1st of October, some of the polling that came out then. And that is consistent with what has happened with shutdowns since 2011, is that Republicans get a little more blame particularly Republicans in Congress, than Democrats.
And what is it that they can't seem to get past?
Well, so the major sticking point is over health care, and it's cuts to the subsidies for the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, as well as some cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. And what Republicans are saying is that well, the Democrats support free health care for illegal immigrants, but the law says that illegal immigrants aren't eligible for health care in the country. And then of course the Democrats are saying that's not true. What we want to do is make sure that premiums don't go up, because premiums are set to go up because the Democrats say that Republicans used the funding that would cover those subsidies for the Affordable Care Act to help pay for tax cuts for the wealthy. So that's the sticking point.
So they're talking about the fact. Okay, now another thing. Right now we have the task force that is in Memphis. We've heard of hundreds of arrests, and at the same time we are dealing with a very strained jail system, right? So not only repairs needed, but the room. Can you just tell us what the impact is?
Right. So the jail is over 40 years old, and we've had issues with the jail for a long time. Back this summer, it was taking up to 72 hours to process folks who've been arrested. There have been a number of individuals die in the jail. There have been issues with bed bugs. There's been issues with fights. I mean, now look, you've got dangerous people in the jail, so some of that is expected. But when you add the number that we're seeing the Memphis Safe Task Force arrest to that, then it creates some issues. So yesterday, the Shelby County Commission voted to lease or rent 10,000 square feet of space from Millington for some of the overflow. So hopefully that's going to help some, but part of the issue is going to be conditions. What are the conditions going to be like? What is it going to look like if you've got to transport people from downtown or somewhere else to Millington and back for court? So those are issues that I think we need to keep an eye on for sure.
And what do you think about night court? I mean, is that even plausible? I know that's floating.
Yeah, so I think night court could be a real solution to some of the overflow that we're going to see, but I think the issue is resources. There aren't resources to pay for all of the
comes with the price
staff
tag.
that comes with it. It comes with a price tag, and so I think that maybe it could happen in the short term or for a short period of time. But for it to be extended any period of time, there'll have to be additional resources.
Okay, let's get to some of the big 2026 races, primaries coming up. Let's start with county mayor.
County mayor. So yes, and I think a lot of people are saying, hey, that's not soon, is it? Well, it's actually May. Mm-hmm. May of 2026 is when the primary is, and the demographics of this county are such that most likely the person who wins the Democratic primary is going to ultimately win become the county mayor. And so what you've got City Councilman J.B. Smiley, you've got County Commissioner Mikkel Lowry, you have Shelby County Property Assessor Melvin Burgess. Burgess, you have former city council member and county CAO Harold Collins, and then criminal court clerk Heidi Kuhn, all vying for the county mayor's spot.
Who's going to win?
Oh, well, it's hard to say, but
Yeah.
I can tell you that that right now, based on fundraising, J.B. Smiley's raised over $300,000, but he spent almost $140,000, and then Mikkel Lowry is close behind with well over $200,000, but also spending quite a bit at this point. Melvin Burgess and Harold Collins are further back, but both have name recognition, have political experience, have a base of support. And then there's Heidi Kuhn, who didn't start raising money until after the filing deadline for the last disclosure. So we don't know about her fundraising yet, but she's run countywide and has broad experience in various positions in county government.
Okay, and then we have the governor's race.
The governor's race is Marsha Blackburn's, U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn's, to lose. She's being challenged by Congressman John Rose from over in Middle and East Tennessee, his district. He's based out of Cookeville, Tennessee, in Putnam County, and so he has a lot of personal money, and he can raise money to make him, somewhat competitive. But Marsha Blackburn is a name that people, and particularly in the Republican primary, have known for many, many years, both as a supporter of Donald Trump, but even way back before that as somebody who opposed the state income tax back when she was in the state Senate and sort of helped lead the fight to stop a state income tax. So it's definitely hers to lose, but we'll see what happens.
Does he have a chance?
Oh, I think he definitely has a chance, because there's a lifetime between now and next August when this primary is going to happen. And just like the Democratic primary in May here in the county will basically decide who the county mayor is going to be, the Republican primary next August will decide who is going to be governor in the state.
Okay, 5 seconds. You had a kind of like a breaking situation.
Yeah, so just today, Representative Justin Pearson has announced that he is going to challenge Congressman Steve Cohen in the Democratic primary for Congress next year. That's going to be a really fascinating race. Justin Pearson, of course, is one of the Tennessee Three who was expelled and then reappointed to the legislature. He's an activist locally, and then you have, so that's sort of the new guard. In the old guard, you have Congressman Steve Cohen, who's been in that seat for 18 years and brought home a lot of federal money to the community. So really interesting race to watch.
Wow, that's your political roundup. Thank you so much, Mike Carpenter.
Thank you.
And you inspired our 11 at 9 question of the day. And the question is, well, first hover your cell phone camera over the screen, look for the yellow bar, tap it, and vote. The question, the top issue that leaders should focus on right now. Is it safety, jobs, or youth programs? Take your pick, and before we wrap today's show, we'll bring you the final results of our poll.